Afternoon everyone, this is my third video today, running through everything that I've done in my career change in my second week, which was the 19th to the 25th of June. Now there are three core things that I achieved. Number one, I went to a seminar on mindfulness. Number two, I drew out my purpose Venn diagram. And number three, I really got stuck into the book, What Colour is Your Parachute? I made a lot of progress on that. So the seminar on the science of happiness and mindfulness, probably worth just giving you a quick description of what mindfulness actually is. Basically, when times get too stressful, mindfulness teaches you techniques and applications that you can use to keep your stress in check whilst also maintaining focus on whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. So I thought it would tie in quite nicely with everything that I'm trying to do, because there's already been a couple of times where I've got that oh shit moment of, oh my God, this is why everyone's saying that what you've done is a very courageous and brave decision, because all of these feelings of, oh, what if it doesn't work? What if I never find my ultimate goal and my ultimate purpose in life, etc. I've had that a few times. So having these techniques to just chill out and keep yourself in check and maintain your focus and drive on what you're trying to achieve, it's been very helpful so far. I had two key takeaways from the seminar. One of them was to be more mindful and less mindful. Now what that means is mindful as in mindful. So the ability to relax, think of the present, whilst also acknowledging how you're feeling, but then just carrying on as is. Mindful, M-I-N-D space F-U-L-L, is where your mind is essentially going at 100 miles an hour, thinking of all of the things that you have to be doing, but ultimately getting you nowhere. It's almost like the stress of all of your responsibilities and your priorities is almost crippling your effectiveness. So being more mindful and less mindful. Second key takeaway was the Venn diagram that I'm about to show you now. So the whole premise of this purpose Venn diagram is to discover your purpose, which is this part here in the middle. You need to work out what are your passions, what are your talents, and what do I want to change in the world. Now, if I can list three of each, that should get me closer to being able to cross-reference all three of these elements and working out something in the middle that relates to items within each of this circle. Now, I've set it as one of my goals by 31st of July is to have 3 points in every circle within the purpose Venn diagram. So far, I've been focusing on this circle here, so the talent. What are my actual talents? What am I good at? I'll then be focusing on passion and ultimately on change. What do I want to change in the world? So by 31st of July, I'll have all of this listed out. Second thing I've been doing in week 2 is really cracking on with the book, What Colour is Your Parachute? It's essentially a book on career change. So helping you get from where you are currently, working out who you are and what kind of elements and things you need in your life and in your career to feel happy, fulfilled, accomplished, etc. And then helping you identify industries, roles, etc., where they would probably be best suited to your characteristics. Now, I've only been focusing on a small portion of the book so far, and it's all been around what Robert Bowles, the author of the book, calls your petals. Your petals are the 7 different ways in which you can describe yourself within a working environment. And they look like this. Now, what the books ask you to do is create a prioritized list of your top 5 core aspects within each of these 7 petals. So ultimately what you have at the end is a 1-pager of all of the most important attributes that you need within your career and your work to feel happy and fulfilled. But he takes a very interesting approach to getting you to that list of 5 prioritized elements in every single petal. Now, for the first 2, people and workplace, what he actually asked you to do was list all of the places that you've ever worked, and then make a list of all of the attributes of both the people and the environment in which you really didn't like. So all of the attributes that you were actually negative towards you, and then prioritize that list. Now, this final step takes quite a long time, because if you have a list of 15 attributes, what he asks you to do is compare every single attribute on an individual basis to each other. So you compare 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5, and so on. And once you're done with that, you go to number 2. And you go 2 to 1, 2 to 3, 2 to 4, 2 to 5, 2 to 6, etc. So it takes quite a long time, but your end result is that you have a completely prioritized list and every single element has been compared to everything else within it. So it's much more accurate. And finally, once you have your list of your top 5 negative aspects that you don't want to have in a work environment, all that he asks you to do is find the inverse of that. So now what you have is your list of top 5 favorite aspects for each one of those petals. I think the reason that he does it that way is something to do with our minds and how it's easier for us to recall negative information than it is positive. So it's perhaps easier for us to recall negative and then flip it into a positive than it would be recall the positive initially. There were a couple other activities that I did in my second week, which really helped me just relax and maintain that mindful state. I went to Hampstead Heath Ponds because I discovered in my very first week that my core values are spontaneity, freedom, adventure, and physical challenge. So going outside when the sun's shining, reading this book, going swimming in like natural, cold, fresh water, kind of fulfilled quite a lot of those. I also went to Stonehenge for summer solstice, which was nuts. I really recognized the value of like the hippie mentality where everyone's inclusive. They were giving out free food at the events. There were stalls just giving out free food to everyone. Anyone that needed help, anyone was willing to pitch in. And just seeing like a group of thousands of people doing that, it was really actually quite touching. That paired with the fact that it was a couple thousand people chanting at a bunch of stones for 12 hours, it made it a pretty memorable experience to say the least. I also went to the Tate Britain Gallery for an afternoon. And again, it was just a nice, calm, chilled out experience, opportunity to take my head out of all of this and just go look around at a couple things and allow myself the opportunity to kind of subconsciously reflect on everything that I've been learning over the last couple of weeks. And I bought a shit ton of Bitcoin, so hopefully that'll make me some money over the coming years. Now, before I go, I want to leave you with another quote, this time from a man called Frank Tiger. He's an American columnist and cartoonist. Discoveries are often made by not following instructions, by going off the main road, and by trying the untried. All right, I'll see you next week.